Around 3.5 billion years ago, life began on this planet, starting with microbes and slowly across the eons evolving into becoming complex life, which then paved the way for a species of our intelligence to exist. In today's video, we are going to be asking the question of how often does microbial life become complex life? Our universe has existed for 13.8 billion years, and there are hundreds of billions of galaxies that exist within the observable universe. The statistical likelihood overwhelmingly suggests that there should be some other life forms out there in the vast cosmos that we exist in. The extent to how complex this life is unknown, as we have yet to determine how life actually managed to arise on this planet. One theory suggests that the moon was a contributing factor to the genesis of life on this world. It is unknown exactly how the moon came to orbit our planet. One of the leading theories is that a Mars-sized object known as Theia impacted with planet Earth around 4.5 billion years ago. If the moon and its tidal effects caused life to flourish on this planet, then we have an indicator of what the possible parameters for life to arise on a world could be. But we have to ask ourselves, how often would a Mars-sized object crash into a terrestrial world in the perfect habitable zone of the star that it orbits to create a moon as large as our moon? It would seem as if this was a random chance occurrence. This process could be quite rare, and one of the reasons we have yet to see no concrete evidence for alien life. The rarity of this event may cause life to be so spread out across the universe that even if life is out there on other worlds, it could be so far out of our reach that we may never learn about it, and the question of are we alone would forever stay shrouded in mystery. If consciousness arrived only 10% after it actually did, then our species would have never existed, as there is now less time till our planet is uninhabitable than time that the planet has existed. It is believed that life may exist on this planet for up to 1.5 billion more years, before the temperature of our sun causes our once beautiful planet to become a hell world void of life. So with this mind-boggling information, we must ask ourselves again, was our evolution perfectly timed? Or is it extremely lucky that we came around when we did? Is this process universal across the cosmos? Or will other worlds' life not progress from microbial life to complex life, or perhaps even from complex life to intelligent life? There have been many hypotheses proposed over the years for why our species was able to gain the intelligence that we have, but we have not had any evidence to solidify an answer to this important question that could give us insight into the likelihood of life progressing throughout the different stages. We also have other hypotheses such as panspermia that seek to explain how life arrived on our planet. Panspermia proposes that life forms may be able to survive their journey through space by burrowing away inside asteroids and other objects. It is believed that when planets expel meteorites, that they may contain microbial life. There is a theory that states that life may have actually originated on Mars, as our neighbour planet, once in its history, may have looked similar to Earth. So now that we have established some ways that life may have occurred on Earth, we can begin to speculate on how possible it is that life may exist out there on different worlds, and how common each form of life is. I personally believe that we will find microbial life in the solar system, potentially even in our lifetime, whether this is through subsurface oceans on Mars, or on and under the icy surfaces of the moons of Jupiter and Saturn. If we do make this groundbreaking discovery, then it may give us an indication of how rare life might be in the universe. We will have discovered that not only does our solar system have a planet where life thrives, but we also have a celestial object that seems suboptimal for life, yet still has microbes on it. It would seem that under the right circumstances, microbial life can evolve into complex life. These conditions may have to be extremely similar to what we have here on this planet, or perhaps life in the universe is a part of a much broader spectrum than we realise. There may be life forms that are vastly different from us carbon-based life forms. Even if life manages to evolve to complex life, who knows how rare the evolution into intelligent life could be? The whole timeline of a world's evolution through the eons is very relevant to whether intelligence will not only come to be, but manages to make an interstellar impact so that other species in the cosmos may recognise their existence. We may be the lucky ones, and that our intelligence came at the perfect time for us to be able to recognise, that this world is finite and will eventually cease to exist. An intelligent species that becomes a technologically advanced society eons before the death of their homeworld is able to plan their departure from the birthplace of their species and span out to becoming a spacefaring civilization. The study of other worlds, not only in our solar system, but in other star systems, has only just begun in a cosmic time frame, so there is lots more information to be discovered about the potential locations for life in the universe. We have organisations like SETI, who are leading the way in the search for life in the universe. It is a wonderful time to be living if you're interested in the discovery of other life. We are currently looking for biosignatures and technosignatures that may give us any indications of life on other worlds, or perhaps even of other fellow advanced societies. Maybe one day soon we will have our first potential indication of extraterrestrial life. In conclusion, I personally believe that microbial life may be commonplace in the universe, but the evolution of these microbes into complex life is less common, and the evolution from complex life to intelligence is even more rare than that. There are potentially billions of Earth-like worlds out there in the Milky Way galaxy, and I wonder how many of those harbour life. How many of these worlds do you believe harbour life? And out of the worlds that do, how many have complex life? I'm really intrigued to see what you guys think about how rare or common life is in the universe. Thank you all for watching. So I'm just going to do a brief overview of life in the universe and the complexity of it and just how it could be different on different worlds. So as I've said before in this video, my personal opinion is that microbes will exist where they can exist. So that they'll be in areas, they'll just be like cockroaches. We'll call it like in the same of a cockroach. They'll thrive in whatever situation they can. Microbes and life and anything, they'll try and thrive in any location that they can. And if it's possible that they're surviving in a panspermia kind of way, then who knows where life could exist in the universe. I personally believe that there is probably something under the surface of Mars and also on the moons of Jupiter and Saturn. I do personally believe that if that is shown to be in place, then it is possible that microbial life will be wherever it can be. But the progression of microbial life into complex life is probably that thing that's much more rare. And then definitely an intelligent society coming out of that complex life is much more rare than that. Because think of how many life forms there is on this planet and think about how many of them are not intelligent to the level of we are, where we can in the future become a super spacefaring civilization if we eventually don't kill ourselves off, etc, etc, etc. Which tells us, hey, life may be super rare in this universe in the sense of, if you're talking about intelligence, if you're talking about a species that comprehends the universe in a somewhat similar way to we do, or comprehends it on a completely different level because they're way more super intelligent than we are. I guess it just depends how wide the spectrum is of all of this stuff. So it's a very interesting topic to discuss, and if you want me to discuss it in more detail to do with these microbes and to do with it spanning into the complexity of life, and if you want me to do videos where I analyze each of the potential worlds in our solar system where life could arise, or life could be, life could be, I will genuinely do analysis of these planets and which ones, celestial objects and planet, and I'll see which one will be more likely where we may find the microbes in our lifetime, because I personally believe that me and you, we're going to see it in our lifetime. I'm currently 23 years old. I believe I might see it in my life. Potentially not, but at least our children or our children's children are probably going to see the discovery of life in the solar system. And just me personally, in my opinion, I believe if we discover life somewhere else in this solar system, it shows us that multiple places have it. Not only is there a world where it completely thrives, and there's just life everywhere, but there's also life in a place where it seems very, very suboptimal to actually have life. So it shows us that not only life thrives in this super good place where it's like, oh yeah, you're right in the habitable zone and all this and that, but even the ones outside the habitable zone can have life, but as long as it's just the cockroach type of life and it's just trying to survive at any means necessary, which fair enough to it. It's probably the biggest fighter in history. It's probably the toughest life ever to exist, surviving in the subsurface oceans of Mars. So hopefully we get that discovery, and hopefully it can teach us how to be tough. Maybe we'll take the microbes and see what's different. Would it be pretty depressing if we actually discovered that the microbes that actually come from Earth? That would be really, really depressing. We discover some microbes on Mars and we're just like, well, they actually came from Earth. Oh god damn it, no, that's really annoying. But anyway, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Have a wonderful day. Peace out, my friends, and let me know all of your thoughts on alien life. Peace.